absolute nightmare just happened to some of my neighbors. This is the worst case scenario for off-the-plan purchases. So my neighbors, I don't know how many, maybe 3, maybe 4, they put a deposit for off-the-plan townhouse about 3.5, maybe even 4 years ago. But when construction was ongoing, there were multiple delays, and developer was saying, oh, it's a bad weather, it's shortage of labor, some other delays. And what happens is a developer terminated their contracts. There is such thing as sunset clause, where if they did not finish construction in, I think, 3.5 years, developer has a right to terminate the contract, obviously pay deposit back to the buyer. But meanwhile, after 3.5 years, market has changed. Those guys, very unfortunate families, they put a deposit for a property, maybe $500,000 was the market price back then. Now it is probably close to 800. So not only they lost all the uplift, well, if they're buying place to live, it's not even a concern. So they will have their deposit returned to them, refunded, but they cannot buy anything now for $500,000. The market has moved, and the worst thing is they lost 3.5 years. They were waiting and hopeful, and they maybe were renting somewhere, paying rent. So much frustration. And I was also very lucky that my contract was not terminated, but I would say I was not only lucky, but I have good solicitors and lawyers. They requested sunset clause to be extended for 6 months, and surprisingly, developer agreed. But otherwise, if I was in that position when my contract got terminated, I would feel like I was robbed. Actually, this is not illegal, and I would think that for a developer canceling like 3-4 contracts, and if they will sell those properties now, they will make more than $1 million. So this is where temptation is coming from, but it looks to be very unethical. I would even say dangerous, because you are robbing desperate families of their future. I don't know what could happen. I would be very upset. Well, thankfully it did not happen to me, but this is the worst case scenario, is when your contract gets terminated. Whew, I think I dodged the bullet.